Hello everybody, I am Dr. Aryn if you do not know who I am, and I am a chiropractor at Inspire Life Chiropractic Center. Today I want to actually talk about breathing and why it is important. So I'll cover the 3 functions of breath, why it's important to you. I'll cover 3 different things to look for when you are analyzing your own breath and your breathwork practice, and basically 3 benefits of practicing breathwork. And stay until the end so I can tell you about a free offering that our practice is doing. So to get into it, the 3 main functions of breath. So breath is really cool. Let me say this, because our respiratory system, as far as I'm aware, it's the only organ system in our body where we have both unconscious control over and conscious control over. So you don't have to think to breathe, right? That just naturally happens. If you're not breathing, then you're unfortunately dead, right? And you can control, at the end of the day, how you're breathing. You can choose to take a big breath and let it all out. That's why there's breathwork practice, where you can manipulate and really harness the power of breath. But you can't think and control what your liver's doing. You can't really control what your heart's doing. So this makes this organ system so powerful, and it is foundational to your overall health and wellness. So with the work that Dr. Mel and I do in the practice, Network Spinal, it is one of the foundational things that we're looking at. We are looking at, is your breath traveling through your entire system? And this is why. 1, breath oxygenates your entire body. It brings oxygen to all the cells, and oxygen is needed for life, right? Plants need oxygen, we also need oxygen. So breath obviously brings oxygen into the body, into the cells, and what it also does is it balances the pH of the whole bloodstream. So when you breathe in oxygen, you exhale the carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is acidic, and when you're able to breathe that off, let it all go, you are enhancing a more regulated blood pH. So that is actually supporting all of your other organ systems, functions, which is also very important for your overall system adaptability and just overall functioning, right? You want your organs to work as they're meant to and receiving blood supply that's healthy for them, right? And then the 3rd thing is that it promotes overall rest and stress management within your system. So being able to take a big deep breath and let it go actually activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which, if you're looking at your nervous system, you have your sympathetic, which is your fight or flight, freeze, fawn, and you have your parasympathetic, which is your rest and digest. And you want them to be in perfect harmony with each other, but that rest and digest is so important for you to, like I said, rest and digest, for your body to actually take on a healing process and not feel exhausted all the time, and taking a deep breath in and letting it out, where it's a full body breath, actually activates that system. So what I say, the next thing I was going to cover, the 3 things to look at. This is why I have to take notes, because otherwise I'll forget. But the 3 things to really look at when you are analyzing your own breath, where you're like, well, I think I breathe just fine, but I also don't really pay attention to my breathing. Take a moment, and if you're not driving, if you're at home, just take a moment and maybe close your eyes and just take a deep breath in and notice where the breath is traveling. Notice if it's only in your chest, or maybe if it's only in your belly. And notice if you are able to travel a breath from belly all the way up to your chest, to your neck, to your head, and to feel that breath. Notice the rapid or the depth of your breath. Like, is it pretty shallow? Do you feel like you need to breathe fast? Do you feel like you are comfortable breathing slow? Also notice the symmetry. How is the symmetry between both sides? Like, is it easier maybe on that left side to bring breath? Or is it pretty even and balanced through both sides of your chest or your belly? And also notice if there's any like sound that you want to make. I know sometimes it's really nice to let out a big after you breathe out, right? Or notice if there's any sort of like crackling or anything happening with the breath in. That can show signs with the lungs, but just notice if there's any sound component to breathing in or out. So just do a body scan. Even after this video, take a couple minutes to just sit there and be present with your breath. Lastly, I want to talk about the 3 benefits, I guess, of doing breathwork practice. So if you are like, Dr. Aryn, what is breathwork practice? What is that a thing? Is it like meditation? Kind of. It's kind of like meditation. It is being able to harness different breathing patterns. So research has shown that different breathing patterns, the way that you speed it up, slow it down, where you breathe, are you breathing through your nostrils, through your mouth, it has a different level of consciousness to it and a different sort of healing component. So when you're looking at the benefits, I mean, I kind of spoke to this already, like stress reduction. Are you able to maybe turn on the parasympathetic nervous system and turn off the sympathetic? That's going to be huge at relieving stress and bringing stability and safety into your body as well. Along with that, if you have safety and stability in your body, you might be able to have more emotional regulation. So breathwork practice is amazing at moving some of that stuck energy, and especially the emotional energy. I have done a lot of breathwork practices where I have cried, even during or maybe afterwards, because I'm actually bringing more alignment and letting go of the things that are no longer serving me through this breathwork practice. And the third, which comes, full circle, is overall physical well-being. When you're able to harness your breath for power, if you can bring breath literally head to toe, that means that you're bringing oxygen to all the cells in your body. And like I said, you need oxygen in order to thrive, to survive, to grow. Oxygen is a very, 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 very important to our health and well-being. So we are not separate from our health. We need all of it in order to flourish in life. So if you haven't thought about your breath, I hope that this invites you to think about it. And if you are intrigued and you're like, I want to learn more, one resource that we talk about a lot in the practice is 12 Stages of Healing. It is written by Dr. Donald Epstein. This is the founder of Network Spinal, what we practice in the office, and it is a great, what's the word? Forgetting the word, but it just goes very well with the care that we provide in the different levels of consciousness and through healing. We are also offering a quarterly class that is totally free, donation-based, that our lovely Ashley leads. She is our office manager, and she's a trauma-informed yoga practitioner, and she leads this breathwork class so beautifully. And we're going to be actually taking stages 4 through 7, which is more of a transform, like instability sort of energy. And she's going to be leading that class tomorrow. So if you have availability, spaciousness in your schedule, please join us, especially if you've never done breathwork before. This would be a really, really fun class for you to attend. It might be a lot, so I do warn you. It will be tomorrow, Saturday, the 24th, from 11:30 till about 2-ish at the Inspire Life Chiropractic Center. So drop in the comments if you are interested in attending. I'll also put the link in here, but if you can't make this one, then I'll drop the link for the upcoming ones, and I hope that we see you there. And if you have questions about how to better analyze your breath or anything like that, feel free to message me. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.